right, all right. Oh man. All right, members only stream. Good morning. Doing this in the morning here, so I still have my morning voice, so it sounds better. There's a little bit more texture there. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So, is my doctor crazy? Are my doctors crazy? I got a lot of doctors now. I went from having 0 doctors and 0 meds to now like multiple doctors, and I'm getting even another doctor. I'm like, wow, what happened here? I thought it was good. I liked it better when I was thinking I was healthy, when I was obviously not very healthy at all. I'm obese technically, yeah. But 230 pounds and 6'2", that's obese medically, yeah. Got to keep it real. Just because I'm tall, so it's kind of a displaced more, but it's just the gut. It's really the gut that's really shows like a dad bod sort of situation there, and the double chins. Yeah, got to keep it real. Got to keep it 100, as they say. How's it going, Susan? Good morning. I hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great 4th of July. I had a really good 4th of July. In fact, let's talk about that real fast. I almost burned down the house. Damn, that's how good the fireworks were. I almost burned down the house. Well, hold on. Someone's calling me. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me take this call. One second. I need to take care of this. Got an Echo Pass guy outside the door. Let me take care of that. Well, I don't know how long that took, but that was the EchoPass guy. That was the EchoPass guy. I wasn't going to leave him in the house by himself. We got a dog there. That would have been bad, liability and all that stuff. All right. Okay, that's right. I was talking about 4th of July. It was great. It was very great. Almost burned down the house. Sort of. So we're lighting fireworks in the backyard. And so, actually, legally speaking, let me just say, this is all just a story. I would never pop fireworks in a city, in the county where it's not allowed. That's illegal. I'm a Boy Scout. I don't break laws. I don't speed. Yeah. So this is all just a story. But with that said, I guess we can just go ahead and begin. All right. So yeah, there's fireworks being popped, and use the backyard. Okay, because just some discretion there. But this genius, the genius that I am, did not put the first firework on a very smooth of surface. It was a stump. It was like a log. I just put it there, put on top of it, went to light it, and then it starts going off. But after it starts going off, the first pop, the first shot, had it bounce off of the log and like face down. So then it pops the second shot into the ground. Then it flips around, and then it starts popping shots at the neighbor's house, at the shed, at the house itself. I'm like, holy crap. we got this 9-shot black cat like firework thing going around shooting everywhere. Boo, 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 And we luckily no one got hurt and nothing got damaged. It was the best of outcomes, I guess. Everything was fine at the end. And it was a great show, something to say. And I guess that's about it. If someone got hurt, I guess there would be much more to talk about there on that one. But no, it was a lesson learned. And one of the guests was like, "Yeah, you're supposed to use like a flat surface." I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I was kind of rushing it. Yeah. But hey, it was a great show. Okay. But other than that, everything else was smooth. Hot dogs, hamburgers, that sort of thing there. Had a good time. Definitely a lot of beer. I've not had beer like that in a while. I think I would myself. I swear, yesterday morning I was like 238. Okay, we're doing great. We're gone down from 240. We're doing great. Now I weighed myself today 243. So the amount of food and drinking and all that really put on the pounds there. But if I continue with my eating pretty much carrots and celery and broccoli for snacks, I think we're going to be fine. Like lunch today is going to just be canned tuna. Be pretty, it's pretty basic. So like now that we're getting to the health stuff, so like what it is, what's happening here, quick summation. So like I hadn't seen the doctor in like 3 years, right? So I see the doctor around April, towards the end of April of this year, for the first time in 3 years. And I'm not gonna say my doctor's name, but I'll put her on the screen here. Let's see. They get an idea. There you go. That's the doctor right there. That's the doctor. And when my wife saw the picture, she's like, "Huh, I think I know why you chose this doctor." Like, yeah, honey, I think I know why too. I'm something of a planner. You might not think that about me, but I plan for the future. Pretty soon, a doctor's going to be putting a finger in my butt, and if it's this doctor, I'll be okay with that. I hope it's her. All right, setting that aside. No, but yeah, this is the doctor. We're gonna call her Dr. Amy. Obviously, her name's not Amy. I mean, what do you think? What do you think her name is? If you say this, it's not Dr. Amy. Yeah, we're gonna call her Dr. Amanda Baker. Okay, a very doctor there. So when I see her, they do blood pressure. Obviously, that happens quite a bit. You take the blood pressure. Are we doing Streamwise? It looks like I'm buffering. Hold on, let me check this. Okay, we're still doing good. Okay. So when they did the blood pressure, it was like 180 over, I think, 100 or something. It was very high, extremely high. And they're like, "Oh wow, yeah, is that normal?" I'm like, "I don't know. I have no idea, baby. Like, I couldn't tell you. Like, this is the first time I think I had my blood pressure in a long time. I gotta tell you something. My blood pressure's probably been like that for years. Just like there's no way. Like you would be dead. It's like I am a walking dead man." Now you might be thinking, "No, you didn't really say this stuff." I kid you not, man. When I'm around the doctors and the nurses and stuff, dude, I'm just saying whatever because I think it's funny, I try to have a sense of humor about it. My wife thinks it's annoying. She's like, stop trying to make them laugh and stuff. But it's like, well, they laugh at all the stupid shit I say. They're only laughing because like they have to. It's like, no, they don't have to. They can put me in my place. They'd be like, stop that, whatever. But anyway, so so they had a lot of concerns about that, and that's what led up to this whole thing that happened here. Or like, all right, because they're like, okay, if we don't get this blood pressure under control, we're gonna have to go to the ER. It's like, well, I can't go to the ER. I got a job to do. I got to meet my productivity so I can get my bonus check. I need that extra $300. I don't think you understand. And the doctor was like, "But why is your blood pressure so high? I don't understand. Like, are you stressed?" And I'm like, "Doc, am I stressed? What do you mean, am I stressed? Miss Amy, I don't know what kind of life you live. Am I stressed? Yeah, I just had a workplace meeting with a bunch of idiots, and I found out that essentially I'm getting a pay cut because they're not going to pay for the travel anymore, which is a pretty nice extra dime when you're using a motorcycle. So that's done. I'm in the company car. I don't have to worry about gas. That's cool too, but I'm going to have to find ways to make some extra money on the side. Full disclosure, hence the coming back to YouTube and streaming a lot more, okay? And it's working. I want to entertain, and also if I can make $1 on the side, hey, I just want to be honest there, right? I just want to be honest. There's a reason why I'm not doing non-monetized streams with all that stuff, right? Anyone who says otherwise, if they're streaming and they're monetized and they're asking for super chats, you know what's going on. Anyway, so yeah, I was like, yeah, of course I'm stressed. Of course I'm stressed. I'm beyond stressed. Like, I am livid right now. I want to just break stuff. And she's like, well, like, maybe you need to see a therapist. I'm like, I do see a therapist. You think I don't see a therapist? I see him all the time. They can't figure me out. Nah, that wasn't that bad. I was like, no, I'll see one, and there's one I see every now and then, and and then so they got me on like anti-anxiety pills now, which I found out is anti-depression pills. So I'm on those those Alex Jones, I guess, murder suicide pills. I'm on them. Okay, I'm on them. And then the blood pressure pills, it took a while to get that all taken care of, but we got that. I'm on 2 different blood pressure pills now. I know you got an AM and you got a PM. And then I'm on a statin. The statin's for the high blood, high cholesterol, And of course, you hear bad things about the statins. Everyone hears bad things about the statins. The statins say that, or the people said the statins will like mess up your brain in the long run, give you Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, sounds like a fun outcome. You mean I'll be doing wild stuff and have no idea what it is I'm doing and can't be held accountable because dad completely lost his brain? Sounds fun to me. And you know what's even better? there might be a year or two where I can fake having dementia and people will just let the stupid stuff I do slide. So I'm looking at the bright side of that situation. It doesn't seem too bad. So yeah, I think that'd be great. I think we're doing that. So statin, 2 different blood pressure medications, an antidepressant, and so we got to talk about the other drugs. So something else happened too. Around the same time when I first saw the doctor, Dr. Amy here, Dr. Amanda Smith, Linda. Okay, so yeah. I mean, first off, look at the image there. Would you? Would I? Absolutely. I'm a married man, so not now. But if I was not married, absolutely. Absolutely. This actually, she looks kind of like the girl I dated in high school. Her name was Afshin. She was Indian. Dot, not feather. I don't know if you could tell. I don't think Amy Smith over here is a Native American. I think she's Red Dot. But yeah, definitely. She looks like my second high school girlfriend. Look at that. So I think maybe that's another reason why I picked her. I was like, all right, well, okay. I'm looking forward to that prostate exam there. And she laughs at my stupid jokes. She gets my sense of humor. Though, like, sometimes I'll mess with her and like she'll think I'm being serious. I'm like, no, I don't do that. She's like, what do you do this week? I'll be like, cocaine and a lot of cocaine and freebase and heroin. I'm like, no, I don't do any of that. I give you my blood work. You would see that stuff, right? It's like, come on, I'm messing with you. I'm just messing with you. But I am gonna drink a lot, like a lot. He's like, no, Mr. Jesse, you shouldn't be doing that. Don't do that. That's not good. You want to make it to your daughter's wedding, right? It's like, yeah, eventually I do. Wait, my daughter's getting married? To who? She's only 8. Doc, what do you know? It's like, wait. What's going on here? No, but yeah. So something else happened, though, around the same time was the whole, like, pink eye thing that happened towards, like, April. Kind of around the same time, exactly. It's almost as if, like, the eye was triggered by the high stress of the whole situation. I don't know if it was, like, the blood pressure. I don't know if it was getting the bad news at the job, at the job. But, yeah, it just had the high blood pressure issue. Had the eye thing. Now for the eye thing, my main doctor did recommend an optometrist, which I'll put the optometrist on the screen too, and this is great. She recommended Dr. Amy Linda Amanda Smith over there. Actually recommended this dude right here, Dr. Moses. Dr. Jesus, okay? Now, Dr. Muhammad, okay? Dr. Muhammad. But I didn't go to him. I was considering it, but what happened was, because my blood pressure was still like 180, 190, 200, my wife was like, we're going to the ER. Like that's it. We're going to the ER. That day, I also found out I have a $500 deductible when I go to the ER. That was bullshit too. Little things you find out about your insurance when it's too late. I'm there, right? I'm at the ER. They have all these things attached to me, take my blood pressure, monitoring everything. And they're like, oh, yeah, there's a $500 deductible. I'm like, you know what, man? I don't even give a shit anymore. $500, make it $800. What the hell? I was like, honey, get that credit card, put it out there. Like, do I get a little rub and tug, with this exchange, And it's weird too because like hospital, they cut costs, they cut costs when they can. The people who did the EKG on me were like students. They're like, how do you call them? They're like in a medical school, like interns almost, like they're like doing it as practice, and they were fun to talk to. They were a lot of fun to kind of mess with, because there was a guy there overseeing him, and he kind of looked like me. He was definitely my age, kind of similar build, and I could sense it, that similar sense of humor. So like we're just going at it, just talking, and for some reason we ended up talking about like Nintendo 64 and GoldenEye, stuff like that. Those days. I think it's because when they got out the EKG, there's all these cords and cables and stuff. I was like, man, this is like a console over here, like a 64 or something, and I just led into that. But yeah, so I don't know why it's so expensive, but it is, right? It is. But it was like a 4-hour visit there. I was at the ER for 4 hours because it took them forever to get it from like 160 down to what they're looking for, at least something reasonable. It took so long. They put like different kinds of drugs in me that they were even giving up. They're like, at one point the nurse was like, your blood pressure's been like this for so long now that maybe, like, are you used to it? And I was like, yeah, I'm telling you, I'm used to this. Like, I don't feel any pain. I don't feel anything. But yeah, I'm used to it. I don't, it's probably not good. And she's like, yeah, no, it's not good. But if you're used to it, they might have to just like let you go. It's like, I was like, are you giving up on me? They ended up not giving up on me. We tried it a couple times, and then we eventually got it down to, I think, at the end of it all, it went down to 130. They're like, okay, that's good enough. I was like, yeah, I'm good with that too. I'm good with that. But during that exchange, the doctor looked at my eye because my eye was all red and thought I had like the pink eye stuff. And that doctor said, no, it doesn't look like pink eye. It looks like your eye was damaged and it's healing. And he recommended this optometrist, not an ophthalmologist, but optometrist, Dr. We're going to call her, Dr. Miyako. Okay, Dr. Wynn. Dr. Wynn right there. Okay. Yeah, when I heard her name and I looked her up, I was like, yeah, we're going to see Dr. Wynn. That's for sure. All right. I like this doctor already. My wife was like, you haven't even seen her yet. It's like, that's all right. I'm going to see her, So I was looking forward to this visit here. It was good. It was fine. She did say it was pink eye. She was like, you have, what do they call that? The medical term for it. And so but the thing is, she was like, don't take the steroids because it's not really going to help you. I'm going to give you like antiviral stuff or whatever. She said that. That doctor said that. But the nurse that was there in the room, I guess, did not hear that, because what I was prescribed, what I found out when I went to my pharmacist, was the same steroid that I was prescribed before. And I was like, well, that's not supposed to happen. And the pharmacist was like, yeah, I don't think so. I mean, you've already been prescribed that, so why are we doing that again? It's like, I don't know. And then I tried to call them and trying to get a hold of anyone over there. The clinic was like a nightmare. But I was like how do we... you had to leave a message and hope they call you back. And eventually they called me back. And when they called me, I kind of got into it with the nurse there. I was like, yeah, I was prescribed the steroid. Dr. Wynn clearly said she was going to give me some sort of antiviral thing. And the freaking stupid, fat, obese piece of shit nurse there was like, no, I heard it like this. I was like, you were too busy stuffing your mouth with fucking Whoppers and Subway sandwiches at the same time. You had a Papa John's pizza over there too. You weren't listening. You weren't listening to Dr. Wynn, the sweet voice of Dr. Wynn. How dare you? But high blood pressure and all. I didn't really get into it like that. I didn't want to blow a fuse, So I was like, you know what? It is what it is. Like, I ain't coming back. It's whatever. I'll see my doctor again. Dr. Amanda, right? Dr. Amy. And I was like, yeah. Like I don't know what else to do. I'm going to go see the doctor you recommended. I'm going to see Dr. Mohammed. That's for sure. That's for sure there. So that's where this guy comes in. And the thing about this guy, Dr. Mohammed, is he knew what it was. And I knew he knew what it was because he said it with confidence. He looked at it. He did the whole thing, looking into it with the machine there. He's like, yeah, it's not pink eye. It's eye herpes. You got eye herpes. And as bizarre as that sounded, I was like, what in the world is eye herpes? Like, I've never heard of that. As bizarre as that sounded, I was like, I believe you. I trust you. Because if this was pink eye, this should have been taken care of by now. I've put so many stuff in my eye, antibacterial, different ointments. It's just, and besides the amount of time that has passed, it just would have been done already. But no, he said it's oculus herpes or whatever. What do you call it? Eye herpes. He was like, really, it's not an STD. That's the first thing he said. It's not an STD. We all kind of have it, but it has to be activated. And the steroid drops is probably what activated it. I was like, but I had it before the steroid drops. He's like, well, then maybe there was a lot of stress or something that happened and it just got activated because it could kind of flare up like that. But normally it's just dormant. I was like, okay, all right. So he's the one who prescribed me the viral pills, and those things have been working. I take them. I was taking them like 3 a day. They're these giant horse pills, giant, massive. And you take like 3 of them a day. You just pop them. You get some antibacterial stuff in your eye, and you keep on doing that 3 times a day, every day for like 2 weeks, and boom, done. That part's done. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to prescribe you the eye steroids again. It's like, I know what you're thinking. The steroids might trigger it, but it's going to help restore the kind of like I think the strength in the eye or something. But just follow the advice and don't worry. And I got to say, man, I've been following his advice to a T, and it's been working, I got to say. And I think his approach with me definitely worked. What happened was, sitting there in the machine as he was looking in my eye, he could sense I was in pain. You know what he did? He got a little bit of tissue, and he, so gently, rubbed it across my eyelid. So nice. So gentle. He didn't have to do that. And then he held my hand. Dr. Mohammed did. He was like, don't worry. We're going to get through this. I know you've been through other doctors that led you the wrong way. But don't worry. Dr. Mohammed will show you. And I've been seeing him weekly. I got to say, too, like, those visits aren't cheap. There's a $50 copay every time I see him. $50. I've been seeing him weekly for these updates. And he says, I want to see you. I'm a sucker. I say yes. I should play hard to get, I suppose. But I even told him, well, I didn't tell him, I've been thinking, for $50, can we do something else here? Because it's like $50. You spend like 5 minutes with me, and then we're done. It's like, wow, I want more time here, man. It just 5 minutes and that's it. Now, let me ask you, do you think he is... Now, I told this story to my wife, and she thinks Dr. Muhammad is coming on to me. Do you think Dr. Muhammad's coming on to me? You think he's trying to, get some of this American sausage? I'm looking at myself in OBS right now. Look at this. The aviators and the aviators, the facial hair. I think I sent him a signal that I might be gay. I think it like low key, kind of like we don't talk about it. We keep it professional, We keep it cool. Don't worry, man. Now, these doctors are weird. They have their own thing. Dr. Muhammad gets a little friendly with me. Dr. Wynn was to the point and nice. She was good. And if her nurse had listened to what Dr. Wynn had said, she would have been the one. And then maybe she would hold my hand. Okay, that would be dreamy. I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, all right. You have some. You got an OnlyFans. And then, but none of them come close to my cardiologist. Take this off the screen real fast. I saw my cardiologist for the first time last week. I didn't know what to expect. You never really know what to expect when you I guess when you see a doctor, I suppose. I was expecting Indian. I was expecting I was not expecting very strict, probably overly disciplined math teacher. I was not expecting that, but that's what we got here. Let me show you the cardiologist. That's not her there. The cardiologist is this lady right here. That's the cardiologist right there. Look at that. Get a good look at that. That is her. That is her right there. When I saw this, I was like, oh, whoa. What? It was like bad because I kind of like it to be a little attractive, So that way there's some sort of fantasy there. There was like nothing. I was like, whoa. We got crazy cat lady in here. We got crazy cat lady coming in as the cardiologist. I'm like, whoa. I don't know what's going on here. This is like Miss Frizzle from like Magic School Bus, like kind of like that, maybe with the hair down. Let's make that bigger. There you go. There you go. Like I see this. I see crazy eyes. I see crazy, psycho, craven dick eyes. That's what I see. That's what I see there. Like, yeah, absolutely. Crazy cat lady cardiologist. Exactly. So we're gonna call her Cat Lady. That's her name, Cat Lady, Miss Catwoman. Okay. Yeah. Except when I saw her hair was up and tied back, which was a better look. She should probably do that for next photo day, whenever next photo day is. Picture day. Yeah. Because, I mean, when I saw her, she gave the vibe as if she was like this is actually way different than when I first saw her, okay? Like, this looks like crazy cat lady. When I first saw her, she had her hair back, right? And she actually looked more like she is a grandma. Like, she's probably like a mom of like 3 boys that are unruly, and she had to like discipline them. And she probably used some physical discipline, probably hit him with a ruler and stuff, like, and now she has some grandkids and stuff. And I would ask her questions, And I asked her, did you ever teach school? And she was like, no. I was like, are you sure? You were never a math teacher? She was like, no. I was like, Miss Dr. Cat Lady, are you being honest with me? We got to be honest if we want to have this relationship here. And she's like, well, Mr. Jesse, have you been honest with me? How many cigars do you really smoke? How much do you really drink? I was like, whoa. Look. I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you, okay? Let's start again. Let's have an honest discussion here. And that was a real talk, okay? Actually did have that conversation with her. And then I asked her various theories because I was like, okay, Miss Cat Lady, I'm just gonna put it bluntly. I like to be frank. She's like, good. I like to be frank too. I was like, okay. So I'm a dumbass when it comes to health. She's like, yeah, I could see. I was like, okay, good. I'm going to ask you some things about diets and stuff, and you tell me if it's going to work. She's like, well, I'm not a nutritionist, but and she's like, really, I can recommend you to a nutritionist. So now I have another doctor coming up on the horizon there. Look at that. But I did go through I was like, carnivore diet. And she's like, well, carnivore diet would work if you're like running around and very active. People would be like, I want to eat like the Native Americans and cavemen did, but they were very active back in those days. I was like, I know, right? They're running away from tigers and saber-tooth tigers and dinosaurs and stuff. They weren't just sitting around. I was like, okay, so that's probably not going to work. But cut out the carbs. She's like, obviously cut out the carbs. And I was like, I was listing the various things for vegetables. I was like, tomatoes. She was like, tomatoes, okay. Green beans, yeah. Then I was like, corn. She was like, corn's not a vegetable. that's a grain. That's bullshit. I was like, yeah, it's a bullshit vegetable. Okay, that's what I thought. Zoom her out, dead man. Too much crazy eyes, too early. I know, right? This is what I have to deal with. But what I'm saying here in this image, this was not what I first saw. If I had first seen this, if this is the way she looked, I think I would have asked for another doctor. Her hair was tied up and it looked a lot better. I tried to show the reason why I got this image and I got this whole idea to do the stream. When I tried to explain the way she looked to my neighbors, they were like, "But is she hot?" And I was like, what I saw there in person, I probably would just for the experience. But she seems like the sort of person that would be like correcting you and criticizing you as you go about it, But then when I tried to look for an image of her, this is the only image I could find. I was like, whoa, nope, not going to tell the neighbors that. Nope, because that ain't even real. I see this, and I'm like, no. there is no, just for the experience of it all. No, not doing that. Absolutely not. I think I'd rather. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I would rather get a big old whiff of Grace's disgusting snatch than kiss this woman. Absolutely. But is she a good cardiologist? Because that's the important thing. Well, we'll find out. Got a new date with her. She wants me to go. We're going to go work out together. She wants me to hit the treadmill. Cool. Oh, sweet. So I already got a date with Crazy Cat Lady. You know what? After seeing this image, I want to run by her some theories to kind of gauge whether or not how sane she is. Because I look at this image, I'm thinking she's crazy, right? She looks crazy. Crazy eyes, crazy mind, probably, right? So next time I see her, I'll be like, look, Dr. Cat Lady, I want to, I'm on the internet a lot. And I've been reading about a lot of theories. I've been watching YouTube, and I'm very gullible. I'm a dumbass, like I said. I want to ask you about these theories. You let me know if they work. And I want to slow ball it. I want to slow roll the questions because I eventually want to ask her. Bear with me here. I eventually want to ask her if drinking urine will help with the heart. It sounds wild. Like, why? Because when I look at this face, I am worried. When I see the amount of crazy in her eyes, I am worried that she might be out there like that. And I hope not. I'll have to slow roll it somehow. I'm not sure. I'll be like, maybe, I heard eating nothing but broccoli is great for your heart. She'll be like, yeah, that's, I guess, fine. Okay, I heard that eating red meat, nothing but red meat is good for your heart. She'll probably say no to that. They'll be like, okay, I heard that drinking urine is good for your heart. Just say it. Just say it like that. And she'll be like, and we'll see. And I'll let you guys know. Should I live stream that experience? You know what? You think about it, the consent on that as the client should be able to live stream their doctor appointments. It would be so kind of stupid and all that. The chat will find out the real name of the doctor, and then someone might try to call the doctor and all that stuff. Okay, you guys wouldn't do that. I trust you guys, but other people would. But that's why I have to call her Dr. Cat Lady. There's Dr. Muhammad, who's clearly not Dr. Muhammad, and there's so many Dr. Muhammads out there. It's like, okay, good luck. And how many Muhammads are there? There's so many, right? Then we got Dr. Nguyen. It's just another Vietnamese last name. And then we got Dr. Amy Amanda Linda Smith over there. Clearly all American. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, that's the crazy lady. So, yeah, I do sense that she's a little crazy. I get that vibe from her for sure. Do you guys see that? I mean, you guys see the crazy eyes. How crazy would you say these eyes are? I'd say very crazy, right? Definitely. Now I want to play a little game. Yeah, 100? Okay. With you guys. It's a very simple game. I'll take us back to the beginning. A little bit of a smash or pass sort of thing there. I mean, would you? Would you? I mean that image, she's all stretched out there, Definitely. There's that there. They're definitely stretched out. I would say not bad. Definitely would. Like I said, she does remind me of my high school girlfriend there. Then we got Dr. Nguyen. Yeah. I mean, how would you rate her? How would you rate her on the scale of 1 to 10? I could tell you right now, she's using a younger image of her. She was slightly older because I could tell because she had gray hair, but I still would. I mean, the Asians, they age different. They might be different, actually, honestly. I mean, their eyes are so different from everyone else's, dude. They might be part alien or something, like part like right in space and UFOs alien. Okay, right? They're so weird. They're so weird looking. How do you explain it? Dr. Muhammad, look at those eyes. Okay, how do you rate this guy? Look at those eyes. Dude, those are some dream, dude, gay eyes. Absolutely. Look at his image. He's like staring into you. Look, his eyes, just his stupid, shitty brown eyes, for some reason have this ability to pierce into you. They're not even good. They're just ugly brown eyes. They're not like majestic, beautiful blue eyes. No. It is it's the fucking those dick sucking lips. Oh my god, this is too much. This is gay. Okay, moving on. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I apologize for all that there. That was horrible. Okay. Now, yeah. So, yeah, I think so. That wraps up everything here as far as talk about crazy doctors and where they are. Asian Lalo, dude, spot on, absolutely spot on there. Asian Lalo. You know what? Since we're doing Thorpe Universe, Asian Lalo, This would be Dr. Crazy Eyes Cat Lady would be Courtney. Oh yeah, this is totally Courtney right here. That'd be Courtney. I'm not sure who Dr. Amy Amanda Linda Smith would be. Grace? Would she be Grace? I mean, when Grace has makeup on, I mean, she could cake it up and make herself look pretty. Yeah, I would say that's the closest thing I have here. Probably Grace. I'll tell you what, she doesn't smell like Grace. And Dr. Wynn, I don't know who Dr. Wynn would be because the Thorpes don't really like Asians. They don't really collab with Asians. Oh, wait, there was that one Asian, Prancis's girlfriend that Ben was trying to flirt with. There you go. Prancis's girlfriend. So Dr. Wynn would be Princess's side hoe from Thailand. Just another Asian pair of legs to plow into. Fun, but not. Okay, I'm going to end that there. All right, so I think, yeah, this was our first members only stream here. Very quick, I feel like. Just wanted to talk to you guys about the health issues and what's going on. What's the plan? You know, I talked about the doctors and all that. So I could talk a little bit about what I plan on doing health-wise. It's a whole diet change, and it really has to be. Like, I can't really be eating chips as snacks. I could do, like, nuts. Okay, like almonds, stuff like that, Gonna be eating a lot more carrots and broccoli. Dude, I had a whole bag of broccoli yesterday. Now, there was some ranch involved. I was just dipping it, eating it. I was watching a Ballerina. Ballerina. That's the new John Wick movie. I was doing that. That was kind of cool. I just smashed a whole bag. Let's see if I end up doing that a lot. So all the booze, like especially taking all the shots during stream, like that really has to be cut back. So that is something that is happening for real. And be slow rolling it, okay? It's hard to change habits. Don't want to make any promises. But that's the plan moving forward, to slowly get out of these habits. Eventually, stop smoking the cigarillos would be great, but the thing is, man, honestly, when I'm sitting in this room and I'm talking on these streams, just to have a cigarillo or a cigar in my hand, just be smoking a little. That's it goes with it. I could not imagine doing these streams without that. So, the cardiologist did say if I don't change my ways, I'll probably be dead at 60. I was like, really? They're like, yeah. They're if you do live past 60, you're not going to have a quality life. You're going to have to be cut open. Is my blood pressure normal now? Let's see. I took it this morning. I took it last night, actually. Let's see. I've been taking pictures of my blood pressure on a daily basis. Last night, and that was after beer, was 127 over 83. 127 after the eating, drinking, and all that. I'll take that. I'll take that there. That morning, though, it was 126 over 82. I'm trying to get it down to 120. The cardiologist wants me to get it down to 120. My main doctor, Dr. Amy Linda Smith, she just said 140. I guess she Like, let's start there. Let's get it down to 140, you fat ass. Let's get it there. So that's my plan, to get it lower than that. So, like, when I take it, it's like, I'm looking at it now, like, I could get it to, like, 138, 140, but I need to, like, lose the weight. I need to change my diet. It's a lot of things I need to do. Yeah, like 132, 134 over 84, then 121 over 94. Okay. You know, so there's still work that needs to be done. And I need to be serious about it. I don't want to get cut open. And I don't want to be dependent on these meds. That's going to require a whole change of diet. That might require me to stop smoking these cigarillos. You know? I don't want to start faking the shots and make them water. Take shots, just the image of taking shots. If I did, I don't know if anyone would notice. But I don't want to do that either. I'd rather have, like, this sounds cringe to me, but healthy goals, like, if I meet the members' goal, I'll eat the whole bag of broccoli or whatever, just a whole bag, without any ranch. Just do all that. Oh, yeah. Blood pressure definitely is going to go up if you're stressed out. I got to say, the antidepressant pill, dude, I'm not stressed out about much at all anymore. I got to say, there's this, it's weird. There's like this thin veil of, like, just not giving a shit. It's almost dangerous. Because I'll just flat out say to the wife what I think, which is great. But lately, I've been. I guess my luck is good because I've been wording it just right to where she's not offended by it. Like, the other day, I was like headed to the shed. I'm like, I'll see you tomorrow morning. She's like, well, yeah. I mean, you're being honest there. It's like, yeah, I know. I'll see you tomorrow morning. That's what's happening. I'm going to go to the shed, stream again. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, honestly, I probably won't see you until 5 o'clock when you get home from work. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, which means, you know what we need? A date night. We're going to need that. Yeah, because if I'm in the shed a lot, streaming a lot, you know what I could do? Some of the money I do make, we could spend on something cool.
Shake it, baby.
Hey, thanks for the $5.
Just keep making entertaining content. You don't need a self-destructive gimmick to get Dono's dead man.
I know, right? You don't need a destructive self-destructive. Oh my God, I keep talking. I don't need a self-destructive gimmick to make donos or to get donos. So what about a healthy gimmick? You don't need a gimmick at all. I don't know why I couldn't talk. Thank you for the play a name. $5. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So, yeah, I mean, last month we actually spent some of the... the wife and I went to Ojos Locos, which is it's a booty bar. Okay, it's a sports bar where Mexican chicks, mostly they hire black, they are, what do you call it, Dominican? Where they're kind of like black, Hispanic, not pure black, you know? It's a booty sports bar. My wife likes that. I like that too. What can I say? So we're there. It was supposed to be like a date night thing, but we had some friends there. It was friends that we knew, but it worked out. It was great, and pretty much the money raised from this channel kind of went there. It did. especially with all the wings and the drinks and stuff. So there's that. That's where your money goes to. It goes to stuff like that. So, yeah. You help me be able to make the wife happy. Look at that. Anyway. So, yeah, I thought this was a cool member stream. I hope it was informative. Hope I enlightened you and educated you guys on what's happening with me health-wise and all that there. With that said, I think you enjoyed the rest of your Saturday. I don't know if I am streaming tonight at all, other than this. We'll see. We'll see what happens, you know? Time that I'm streaming is time I'm not spending with the wife or the kids or the neighbors. And it's good to touch grass sometimes, you know? With that said, y'all take it easy and have a good one.